horror movies, mutilation, decapitation, torture. Does that sound entertaining? More blood than a blood bank. Have we got your attention?
Welcome back, extraterrestrials, to the X-Files franchise breakdown. In this video, we're doing Season 1, Episode 19, called Shapes. This one's basically the FBI is called to a Native American reservation, and they are looking for some sort of shape-shifting animal that comes out on a full moon. And if you're attacked by it, you become the shape-shifting animal. So werewolf. We're looking for fucking werewolves. They never call it a werewolf. But...
No. I was thinking Scully in this is funny.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the rundown. You can find the plot line in the description of the video. So let's get it kicked off. Jerry?
This is a really good episode. I like it's a Monster of the Week episode. We got it's a Monster of the fucking Week. This one. It's a Monster of the Week. It's really interesting. If you were to take this plot, you could make a whole movie out of just this movie. Yeah, I mean, just
that's
this episode.
A reoccurring theme with X-Files, actually.
But you know, we don't know, other than the crazy stuff with like the eyes and the werewolf face and stuff. It looks like that guy, you know, tried to kill, you know, them, and then that rancher shot him, and then the sister went out and got revenge, and you know, everything plays into the Scully factor of this is how the scenario is laid out. And it's like the Mulder scenario would be, yeah, but instead of, you know, like that, it's werewolves, you know, or lycanthropy, or, you know, stuff like that. But I really like that. I even like, my favorite part is when Scully at the end, the werewolf attacks her, and she's like, "Did you see that mountain lion?" It's just like, oh my God, Scully, go sit in the car, Scully. Yeah, go sit in the car. Okay.
Yeah. When she said that, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, they have a mountain lion or a bobcat of some sort.
Yeah, it's a mountain lion.
Yeah, mountain lion in a cage on the reservation, and something that was 6 foot tall with dark hair, black hair, essentially, attacks Scully at the end of the episode, and she refers to it as a mountain lion.
Yeah, even with the dead body that was the werewolf at first, they look at his teeth, and Scully's like, calcium deposits.
Yeah,
you know, it's just like, but that makes sense. Oh, he could have thought, you know, he could have had these calcium deposits, and he could have thought they were like beast-like when he accidentally shot this man. But yeah, it's crazy to see like the events fold in this movie. I do like no one trusts the FBI on the res. The one guy in the back, you know, a wounded knee at 73. I like that because it plays into history. And they film it really cool.
Yeah. Amazing practical effects in this.
Like,
very small amount, but the ones that they did, like the first starting to rip through the skin, I was like, fuck yeah, man.
Like there was a couple of moments that were kind of silly, like his face. You could see like where the neckline looked and stuff, but you know, it really doesn't matter because they executed it well to where this felt like it didn't feel silly and cheesy.
Right.
It felt really good, you know, just a real good werewolf story. I'm gonna have to say that this was probably one of my favorite like Monster of the Week episodes. Where it doesn't leave off with like, you know, mystery. We know what's happening here. They know what's happening. Mulder knows, you know, this stuff, you know. And also we get the look at the first X-File. This is the first X-File wrote by J. Edgar Hoover himself in this episode. which really cool, so it does bleed through into like, oh, this is where the X-Files, came from and stuff on this unexplained phenomena thing. Is there any moment in the episode that was dull for you?
No, I mean every scene in this was pretty necessary to push the storyline forward. I think Scully's like oblivious nature to, or just not willing to admit, really just it was almost over the top in this one. But outside of that, no, I think every scene was really good. And the only thing that really annoyed me outside of that, oh, did you see that mountain lion?
Like, I don't like the idea that the sister just disappears at the end. It's like, well, what happened to her?
I mean, in theory, see the way this episode ends, I think that she's now going to be the werewolf.
No.
Because he says, all right, at least, when he's leaving, he's like, I'll see you later. And the old man's like, in 7 years. Or,
4.
whatever. Yeah, in 4 years. So I think that lets Mulder know, like, she didn't actually dip. She's a werewolf now, and she's keeping to herself. Or, some fashion of that.
Yeah. But, yeah, other than that, the look of the reservation and stuff, really nice.
Yeah, it was very simple.
Yeah, Montana.
Yeah.
Looked like Montana.
Yeah.
Even though it's Canada, because that's where they filmed most of this stuff, is in Victoria. So, beginning, middle, and end story on a werewolf idea. Different idea.
And there's very little detective work. Yeah. This is almost reminiscent of the Moon episode, Face on the Moon episode, because they're not really doing much in this
Mars.
episode.
The Mars.
Yeah. There's not much going on there because they're not doing detective work. They have no control over anything in that. Well, I guess technically they do, but nobody listens to them. Yeah, essentially. So they're just kind of there assisting almost. Yeah, but they did it way better. Yeah, almost like they learned their lesson from the first one. So yeah, I mean this is a good episode. It's good.
But is there anything else? I mean, like the episode's really like cut dry.
I mean, it's a very simple episode. Yeah. It's straightforward. You know what's going to happen.
Better than Miracle Man.
Anything's better than Miracle Man. Yeah. That's why that one's 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, because I ain't got nothing for it.
No.
When I was editing it, I was just like, you know what? He ran down the plot line. That's good enough for me. Fuck it. We wanted to talk about this one a little bit more. So, yeah.
Did you notice in Miracle Man and stuff? You don't have to keep this in, but like the Christians were coming, being like, "It's a sacrilege to cut open the autopsy. Yeah. They must be." And then the Native Americans like, "No, you're not doing that shit to this guy and stuff. He needs to go to the happy hunting grounds with his shit intact." And they were just like, "Okay, yeah, we're not gonna fuck with you on that." It's just like, really? Last week you told those fundamental Christians and stuff to go fuck themselves, basically.
Because they're fundamental Christians. They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, but I guess that's why they were talking to the sister. Because if the sister would have been like, perform the autopsy, but the sister wasn't going to let anybody fucking do that shit. Because she was guaranteed, like, these fuckers murdered him in cold blood.
Well, also, like, she wanted to be over and done with it.
True.
So, and I think that even though she was kind of like wilding out because of the situation, she was still very respectful of how things go there and still following the, I guess, spiritual,
aspect of it.
Yeah. So, anyways, X-Files. Who knew?
Who knew? Yep. Thanks for joining us this week, ladies.
I can't wait till Mander and Skulldog they do things and derp 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 derp.
That's right. It's time for him to start being funny and me to stop.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.